Okay, so this is one of my favorite parks. I have to share this with y'all. This is one of my favorite parks. We're at Mount Tabor. And told Wendy that I have this deep connection with this park. I feel like I was a tree in a past life here and have lineage here, whatever. And Wendy says,
What if you're buried here?
when I tell you I got chills, literally, that makes so much sense. This is why we need people like us in our lives. Because that's some shit I would say to somebody, literally. Like, I never even thought about that. Here I am, like, I was a tree. You know, I gotta be extra. I was a tree in my past life. No, but I really do feel like that. I have tree lineage here of just, ancestry and all of that. But what if I'm actually buried here? Look at this beautiful park.
It's beautiful.
Look at this beautiful park. Oh, well, this is not the beautiful part. We're in the parking lot right now. But like this park is amazing. Like, I'm always here. A lot of placentas here. Like was sharing with her, like people who don't want their placentas, I come and bury them here. So, if you gave me your placenta, maybe at Mount Tabor.
Come connect with it at some point.
Come connect with it at some point. But what if I'm buried here? Wow.
Sounds like a pendulum question.
Sounds like a pendulum question. I don't even need the pendulum because I feel that in my body.
I know, you said
that's
you felt
true.
it in your body.
That, like, I am here.
Mm-hmm. You're home.
I'm home. That's what I said. I feel like I'm home here. I love this park. This is beautiful. See, our life, we're very multidimensional people, so there's a lot going on. Yeah, just had to share that. Okay, bye. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
It's Wild Wednesday. Woo! Wild Wednesday with Wyndi. We have Wyndi here.
Hello, everyone.
And we're doing some tarot playtime. Okay, so this is my girl Wyndi. This guy is my man. Trying to figure out what's going on. Hopefully you can hear. Our audio is not working, so we have to yell in the park. We are in the womb of Mama Nature, Mama Earth. Yay! Oh my gosh! As you can see, we were meant for each other. No, this is our freedom. We are reclaiming our freedom. This is our element as Black people. So, Black women.
Yes.
So we can be as loud as we want to in this park. Okay, so this is my girl Wyndi.
Hello, how
we
are
met
y'all?
through vending,
Yes.
and how we met. Do you remember how we met?
Yes.
How? What happened?
What happened?
I remember.
We were dancing at the.
Yes.
What was the name of that thing?
Come through.
Yes, at the Come Through Market. I can't remember what song it was that was playing.
Yes.
But
And we were like,
across the way from each other.
And then we were like, and we started dancing and vibing off each other. And I'm like, okay, she's going to be a lifelong friend because when you meet like that, when you got me all, when you're dancing, that's my thing. So
it was the best time ever because I was definitely having a crap day that day.
Oh, yes. See what dance is? Dance is medicine. It connects us.
It really is.
Yeah, it was really great. So we just been vibing ever since then. So tell them about your beautiful magical self.
My beautiful magical self. Let's see. I am now currently like teaching workshops and things over at Black Moon Healing, like at least once or twice a month, on different things like everything magical. So from tarot cards to pendulums to sigils to money bowls to all the things. And they also go within the moon cycles at times as well. And when I'm not doing that, I'm doing my day job being a nurse. So,
and what kind of nurse?
Oh, I am a NICU nurse.
Okay, look at this. You see how divine this is. First of all, we meet dancing, so she's a dancer, right? And then she does all this magical stuff that y'all know that I'm into. So, especially with the moon. So there's number 2. We vibe in that way. And then she's a NICU nurse, works with babies. So, and y'all already know the background of that for me. So we are just meant to be in each other's lives,
Yes.
right? So Wyndi does this tarot playtime as she hosts workshops, and she helps people tap into their magical, intuitive selves and using the tarot cards. So she creates all these different spreads. She loves giving like little gifts with runes and herbs, and she makes like these incredible shea butter lotions that I freaking love. She makes candles and all this just beautiful things. Okay, so I wanted her to come on Wild Wednesday so we can just do this impromptu. I guess it's not impromptu because it's planned, but you know, the work is going to be impromptu.
The work will be impromptu.
This tarot playtime and just be in our wild, magical selves, right? And she's a super wildly creative woman, wildly creative woman, and we're just gonna dive into this. I just lost my train of thought.
Tarot playtime?
Yes, we're just gonna. Y'all know I want to just like talk, just keep talking. We're gonna dive into this tarot playtime. So let's do it. Let's get into it.
Do you want to do tarot or oracle? Both.
Let's start with tarot.
Start with tarot?
Yeah. Can you like give us like like your method or anything of? Okay, let's start that over. Tell us how you got into tarot. I'm gonna intuitively pick a deck.
Okay.
While you tell us how you got into tarot.
How I got into tarot was actually my grandmother teaching me very secretively when I was a child, and she kept telling me to keep it to myself, the things that she taught me, but she taught me with playing cards at first, and as I got older, she started telling me there's cards out there, other cards you can play with that have pictures and things, and also we use like the memory when I was a kid, and we read with those too. So like with the playing cards. So that is how it all started. Very secretively.
And I think that is so beautiful that you got to experience that with your grandmother, because a lot of us don't get the chance to tap into our magical witchy selves with our elders, you know. And so I know you've shared a lot about your time with your grandma and how you got all your magical things and workings from her. And so I think that is absolutely beautiful, like to have that reflection so close, you know, and learn directly from your own lineage. That's beautiful. So, and memory cards, come on, like, 'cause they use like playing cards to do like divination. Like there's so many ways. And what's the other thing they use for like in place of tarot besides the playing cards?
Like dominoes.
Dominoes, yeah. So that's awesome. So I picked this deck.
That deck is dope.
What is this deck?
It is the Unfolding Tarot.
Unfolding Tarot. So Wendy's gonna do a little.
Well, you gonna shuffle?
Oh yeah. My bad. It's coming out, y'all. Okay.
No, it's all good. That one's easy to shuffle.
Come on, why y'all want to stick to?
I got something to tell you.
Literally. Oh my gosh. And that one wants to pop out. Okay, so for me, oh gosh. So I shuffle. Why? I'm having struggles here today. Look, it doesn't want me to. So yeah, that's my fault. I'm like, maybe because these aren't my cards. So like as I'm shuffling, I literally feel like this surge of energy like right at my my arm
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, and I think it's because it's a new deck. This is not. Dog's biting. This is not my deck, so I'm kind of like, do you see this? Look.
Yeah.
My hands are shaking.
Your nails match back to Tyson.
Oh yeah, so cute.
These mosquitoes ain't playing.
Okay,
Oh, they trying to get you.
They're trying to get me.
Mama Nixon. I'm gonna smash this. Sorry, that mosquito. Because you don't need to be getting stuck. And you bite.
Literally. They're gonna be up on me all
summer.
Yeah.
Summer ain't even here yet. Let June 21st get here.
Okay, so I guess what I was saying was before the energy took over me. When I shuffle, this is like a cleansing shuffle for me. I just do this to kind of clear the energy of the deck and whatnot. And then once I say my little tension and clear the deck or whatnot, just pat it, then I go into this little shuffle. I really don't even have a question. I'm just letting it be open.
How many cards you want to pull?
I don't know, 3 just came up. Oh, shit. Look at that.
That's a dope one.
Got the world.
Yes.
Hey. So I do this little shuffle. And look at this. She's hot. Girl, I don't know if y'all can see this. But we got the world here. That's definitely what I'm feeling and embodying at this point in time. This energy right here. Let me get it closer just in case. Oh, sorry for the boopage action. See this? High, okay? So we got the world.
What is it on there? There's Taurus,
Scorpio, and Aquarius. Those are all and Leo. Those are all the fixed signs.
Are they?
Fixed, yeah, fixed energy. Fixed air, fixed water, fixed earth, and what am I missing?
Fire.
Fixed fire. Yep.
I just see there's just all of the elements out on there.
So I should do a little shuffle here. If any cards pop out, then yay. But if not, then I do my little cut. I do a 3 cut, and then I just intuitively put back, whatever. And then I shuffle again to see if anything wants to pop out. That's a whole lot. So if that happens for me, I just take these and I just kind of shuffle them. Or I do this if cards pop out. If not, then I'll just spread them out and see what is intuitively calling me. And this one is, okay, so we got the five of cups. It was reversed too, but who cares about reverse? Nobody cares about reverse. So these are the 5 cups. And she looking sad, child. And then, let's see. Oh, this one, I don't know. Oh, shucks. What is this? The King of Wands, maybe?
Is it random one? Yes.
Yes. King of Wands. He's looking hot, or they, or whatever. Seemed like masculine energy, so this masculine energy is looking hot. Okay, so those are my 3.
Your top 3.
My top 3. So Wyndi.
Oh, you should also pull
The bottom.
Yeah, 1.
1.
From the bottom.
Ah, shucks. 3 of cup. Yep.
Oh, all the celebrations.
All the
All the
celebrations.
celebrations.
Hey.
All the celebrations of love and support.
Of love and support. Oh, excuse my choo-choos, y'all. I'm sorry.
I always feel that it's really big with big goddess energy, because just women supporting women and loving and celebrating who we are and doing the shit that we want to be doing. Well, that was your hidden, so there you go. We can go backwards.
Yes. All of that.
All of that.
That's been the message lately too. It's just a collaboration too. And collaboration and that leading to my abundance of happiness and support.
And look at the little
look at all the
pumpkin.
pumpkin.
I know.
The grapes.
Yes.
What is this?
Are those lemons?
Lemons. Okay.
Yeah.
Making lemonade out of lemons.
But I feel like lemons also like is a good like success. Because like yellow.
Yes.
For success.
Power. Inner power. Like.
But also your soul looks like
Texas.
yes. That's so exciting. Look at you and all your yellow.
Yes. Okay. And she has yellow too. There's yellow in every color.
There is.
Yeah. And there's a lot of green and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Get a lot of cups out there. Emotions.
Yes.
I feel like the Five of Cups is a really funky one. I've been getting that a lot too. Oh, sorry. So the Five of Cups. I feel like I've been getting this card a lot as well because I feel like it really shows, like because you have like the three that you're looking at that are toppled over, but what you're not noticing is the two behind you that are still up. So like, even though you see like these things here and they're like falling over, doesn't mean that's the end of the world. Ha, funny. But,
end of the world? No, it's not.
But there's these two back here. So just remember, like even though things don't seem like they're going the way that they're supposed to, or the way that you think that they're supposed to go, that there's two things back here. So that doesn't mean that that is over. That like always remember, like this isn't over because there's still this back here, and I still have what I need to still move forward. But don't get so caught up in just this thing like have on your blinders because there's more coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that is a huge affirming and confirming here because there's been a lot that has been kind of like ripped from under like the rug being pulled from me. So I'm waiting for cups to spill.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm waiting for these cups to spill, and like this is what I see. So my mind has this negativity bias kind of like. And in my chart, going to astrology, in my chart, like that's the area where Pluto is transitioning. It's in my third house. Been really working on my mental body for a really long time, and I really think it's lineage-wise, ancestral. It's like I'm the one that's changing the storyline that is revolved around our mind and how we think, and needing to like shift my perspective to see the beauty, to see the other cups and really focus on gratitude and focus on, seeing the silver lining in things instead of being like, all the world is crumbling, like all is lost, like this is so terrible. Just being negative, and really working on seeing that this is whatever that is, these cups are happening for me. Yes. Like this is happening for me. It's not, it's not doom and gloom. All is not lost. Yeah. Right? Like you're saying. And so I feel like this cup is really reflecting. And I feel like because it was in reverse though, like that's where I have been. Yeah. Yeah. Like that's where I have been.
Like the transition?
Like I'm moving out of that negativity space and really embodying my power, my celebration, my king, and my royalty. Like like this is my that fire energy. Like I am coming out of my emotional body and really stepping into my power, my mental power, solar plexus power, that inner power, and kind of like just making lemonade. Making lemonade out of lemons. It's like this, what I'm trying to say.
I do.
Like I'm seeing, like I'm taking the trauma, the pain, all of those stories that was of the past, and really making lemonade out of all of that. And I really feel that, like truly, and completion, right? The world meaning completion, and I like her. This is me. Like I feel like this is me right now and how I'm feeling. Like, because I don't feel like this despair. I was there for years. When I say years, I literally just got out of that. Like, I want to say 2023. Wow. Like last year. Yeah. Like just coming out of that energy last year. It's been years, like damn near 20 years.
I'm glad you're stepping out of that energy.
And it's been a battle in my mind, like trying, like when you fight so hard to like be positive or see the light or see, like I've been like working so hard to do that. And I remember telling people like I don't want to like have to make gratitude a thing. Like I don't want it to be like I'm practicing gratitude. I want to be gratitude.
Yes.
I just want to be that.
Like
I don't want to have to embody it.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, and just embody it and not have to like, oh, I'm doing my gratitude ritual every morning. Like, no, just know that that's what I am, and that's I'm waking up, and that's it is what it is.
That's that
you
solar
know?
plexus energy.
Exactly. Exactly. And so I feel that now. Like I'm just like I'm waking up like, oh yeah, shit is happening around me, but I'm still feeling amazing. And when I say shit is happening, like the craziest shit ever right now. And I am just like, I'm still in my power for the most part. And so
standing in that power.
this here, absolutely with that lion energy, and I'm a Leo moon, so. And that Leo right there, absolutely. And this is what I've been longing for this year.
Yeah, it's coming.
Community and support and genuine who are people who are reflections of my true self. And look at you, I have one here with me, and I'm so excited. Like, yes, and you just radiate so much light and all the time. Like you just so like high energy and whatnot. Like I need a you in my life.
I need a you in my life. I'm gonna make a little mix that you put in your pocket.
Yes. Just your energy is just so free and fun, and I love that. I love that you reflect that aspect of me. Yay. So thank you for being in my world.
Oh, well, thank you for being in mine. Oh my God. I've been looking for something like this for so long.
Yeah.
Like crying about it for years.
Me too.
And then like we're dancing at like the come through market
Right.
as we're vending. Like wasn't it raining or on and off? Right? It was cloudy. It wasn't sunny.
Cloudy. It wasn't sunny. Yeah, but it felt like it.
Yeah, it did.
You're like, it's a soul sister. Yeah, we know each other for many lifetimes.
Yes.
All the things. So I'm so excited about this. This is everything to me.
So when you pull your card from the bottom, that is literally tells you about your whole reading.
Yes. And that was my bottom card.
Yes.
And I love the diversity in here too. Like, yes, the representation.
Yeah. This deck is amazing. I love it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So how do you layer
don't you like animals, right?
I love animals.
Do you want to pull one of these puppies?
Yes.
You're like, yes. The Divine Animals Oracle. Give me a show.
Yes, show them.
Divine Animals Oracle. It's a really cool one. I like that one a lot. That one has slapped me in the face quite a few times. I've been like,
It's very powerful. I love that. That feline energy.
Yes. What does that say? Oh, it says deep wisdom from the most sacred beings in existence. I never realized it said that.
Wow. Sacred beings.
I just saw the deck and I was like, I want this.
So beautiful.
This is what I need right now in my life.
So, how should one do tarot?
Just how you did it?
I
There's no
know,
rules.
but people ask, should I ask it a question? Ask a question every time? Or
You can ask a question if you have a question in mind. I feel like that'll give you more insight. But if you don't have a question and you're like, I don't really know what to ask, you can always ask you can always ask what's coming for the week, or what's coming for the month. I usually ask a week if I don't know what to ask. If I'm like, I don't have a question, what's in store for me this upcoming week? And that should really go back and read what I pulled, but I pull every other day almost.
Yeah.
And then there's things keep popping up, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this part. Or then I'll start to click in and be like, oh, I remember going through that, during that week.
I know for me when I was using doing tarot, I used it a lot for healing.
Mm-hmm.
So it depended on what I was going through at the time, like in my chart, because I was specific about using the tarot and astrology and the moon cycles for healing. So whatever was up at that time and what was loud in my chart, I would pull cards around that thing. Like, say for instance, it was, I can't even think of things. Oh, lots of shadow work stuff.
Oh, it was weighted on you. Keep going.
Oh, lots of shadow work stuff. So, for instance, let's say I was trying to work through, what was a shadow that I had? There was so many. Defensiveness. Like, being defensive and extra sensitive about whatever someone says and not, and just reacting instead of responding, for one, and checking myself first. But I used to be very defensive. So I would like pull cards and ask about like where that came from. Like, where did this come from? Like, where, what is defensiveness saying to me right now? And I would pull cards around it, and then, the cards would reveal some deep insight about that thing, Then I would journal about it. Then I would use like the moon cycle, like look at my chart and see, like, oh, okay, it's this area here that it came around, and then use the moon cycles to do like the work, the ritual work, to release.
That's
and
amazing.
and do, the things and work through it. And sometimes it would take more than one moon cycle. It would take a few, and to work through it until I truly fully felt like it was transmuted and it could embody the higher frequency of that emotion or that thing, So, did you have you used tarot or cards for
I've been using tarot recently to reconnect with my grandmother who taught me tarot. I've been using tarot, oracle, and I use a pendulum to ask her questions.
Yes.
What she wanted me to use. And I was like, do you want me to use runes? And she was like, nope. It was no so fast that my head spun. It was so funny.
Yes.
Because I asked her, like, do you want me to, interact with my cards? And it was like, yes. And I was like, well, do you want one more than the other? And it just spun around in a circle with me. It was like, maybe. So then I was like, well, do you want me to use tarot? And it was like, yes. And I was like, do you want me to use oracle? And it was like, yes. And I was like, how about runes? Nope. Okay. I feel like I even heard her be like, hell no, bitch.
Yeah. That is funny. I love it.
It was really funny.
No, bitch.
So that's how I've been interacting with her, and it's been really, really amazing. Like, I didn't even think that I could even do that, and then I was like, oh, let me ask. And then I just asked, and she was like, yes.
And it's interesting because, all of these tools you can use your ancestors or loved ones, like specific tools. Like I can communicate through the tarot. I can communicate through pendulum or runes or cowrie shells or whatever, the moon circles. Like whatever.
I use dominoes a lot too lately, and they've been like, dominoes will tell you about your shit so fast.
I've never worked with the dominoes.
I read dominoes from my neighbor because she immediately felt that. I was like, dude, these gonna smack you in the face. So are you sure this is what you want?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
We pulled like 3, and she was just like bawling. I was like, I am sorry. She's like, it's so true. I'm like, I can't work on your stuff. I guess,
right? That's hilarious. So the oracle cards that I got is release Jaguar. Oh my gosh.
It's an uphill battle.
So we got this beautiful card, and she's like super open, and I love this so much because she's super open and just like, wow, is that water? Okay, and then we have the red crown crane, which is loyalty.
I don't think I've ever seen that card.
And then there's been a lot of birds that have been coming up in my reality lately.
Oh, really?
So, for Gemini season, yes. Birds have been my messengers. I have my like lifelong animal guides, which are certain birds, but a lot of like ducks and other like exotic birds, like ducks and cranes and like the flamingos, like those type of birds, like have
dope.
been coming up in my reality, and so yeah. And this one has the moon with it as well, and she's just
The release one?
the loyalty.
Oh, loyalty. Oh, wow. I didn't never seen that card, which means I've never gotten it. But that is amazing.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Wow. So like dreamy. Yes. Okay. So do you have any like words about this?
Any words?
Words about this for me?
I feel like the loyalty is with your Three of Cups. With your, I know these mosquitoes, but they're out here to get us. I feel like with your Three of Cups, with your, what was I going to call these? Your triple maiden energy. Because with this, with the support that you're looking for and the collaboration and stuff, there's going to come a lot of loyalty. Because I know that you said in the past that there's been issues when you try to do collaborations with folks, and then they end up trying to be you.
Yeah.
Versus collaborating.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I feel like in this collaboration, what you're gonna end up with is loyalty, which is what you have been seeking and wanting and asking for. And then your release, I guess, is just to release that you're not gonna have any issues with what you had before in the past with your collaboration. Is what it feels like. It feels like these two are about this card. Although that's where you put them too, but that's what it really feels like for me. Even when you said it, I was like, whoa.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. And I was thinking about something as you were saying it, but I forgot what it was.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Next time, just say it.
No.
Got you. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. But yes, spot on. I resonate with that a lot. Man, what was it?
It'll come back.
Whatever. If it's meant to come back, it will come back.
It will.
Okay.
You need to take a picture of this?
No, I want to pull.
You want to
the
pull one of
last
these? The
card.
Oracle?
Yeah.
Out of the Intuitive Explorer Oracle. Have you pulled any cards of this one that I made?
So, Wyndi made this deck.
Go into the front of it.
Yeah, show them the front.
The Intuitive Explorer Oracle.
It's called what?
Intuitive Explorer Oracle.
Okay, and where can they find this deck at?
Nowhere right now because I don't have it. I just have that one because I had them on Etsy for a while, and then once they sold out, they weren't moving very fast. So I haven't replenished the stock unless someone asks me about it, then I will.
Okay, but they're very beautiful. They have this lotus flower on here. Yes, I love this. Okay, so let's see what they have to say.
I know, there's some fun ones in there.
Oh, so you guys just want to
I'll come out and play.
Yeah, I feel like there we go. Like this has been my way of shuffling.
That is
lately.
amazing. I just watched you shuffle, and that was like, ooh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's like this softness to it, like of just letting them fall into each other. Yeah, because I was like, what is going on? But I'm getting my flow back. Okay. And for some reason, choices have flipped over, and this top card was calling me. Infinite possibilities, choices, and infinite possibilities. That's what's wrong with me, because choices has been. Oh my gosh, I could go on and on about this, but the fact that we have so many choices in life really fucked me up. I got to a point where I was scared to make choices because I felt like I would make the wrong choice.
Yes.
You know, and
I feel
it's
that.
like I had to really do some work around that and know that there's no wrong choice, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's some work that we have to do to get to that place.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, of trusting that there is no wrong choice in
Yeah.
life. Like, that there's choices that put you closer to where you want to be, and choices that put you further away from where you want to be. But in the further away choice, you are learning the lessons, you are growing,
Yes.
you're evolving, because it's still going to put you to where you need to be eventually.
Yeah.
But there is like this thing around like, oh, I made the wrong choice. No, you just needed to learn some more. You needed to grow.
Yeah.
That's it. And so that's what I have come around to realize, and not fear making choices anymore, but just being like, okay, it is what it is, you know. But child, to get to that point has been a wild journey, and trusting that.
Yeah.
But now I see it more like not like choices being like doom and gloom or whatever, but thinking of it as infinite possibilities.
Yeah.
Like, it's a blessing to have so many choices.
Yes.
It's a blessing to have all of this opportunity and these possibilities, and that you get to play in this and be curious about, oh, if I make this choice, this is what happens. Oh, if I make this choice, that happens.
Yeah.
And like just rolling with it. And it goes to about that saying that it's about the journey.
Yes.
It's not about the end point, right? It's about the journey and who you become in the journey. And I'm really, I've surrendered to that more and more and more. And there's even more surrendering that comes with that, but just trusting that and just loving the process, because I get to meet people and get to learn myself more, you know, and I love growth. I love growing. I love evolving. I think I actually became addicted to healing. And I had to like chill out on that. You know, because when you like get the tools, you're like, what is this happening? What you get obsessive about, because it's just so much clarity that you didn't have before. You have just access to so much more information. And so I had to like be like, okay, girl, just chill out, relax, like let go, and know that I can become obsessive with things. And so I was even obsessive about healing, and had to like put the lid on that. Like, just live. Like, because then I got exhausted from healing so much. So I was like, now it's just time to live. Like, just be, apply all you know, and just be, you know. And
it's hard though.
It's hard.
It is hard.
It's very, very hard. And then, now that you said that, like I've been even working on that vocabulary. I mean, of saying things are hard. Yeah. You know, and replacing that word, like it's not hard. It's a challenge. Okay. You know.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, it's a challenge, but it's different. It's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting, because I feel like when we say like it's hard, then it kind of makes you not want to explore it, or you become more, I don't know, it just has a like a darker connotation to it.
I may be fucked up when things are hard. I'm like, oh, is it? and I dive into it.
Well, that's the thing for me too. Like I dive into like my pain and challenges and things like that, and love that it's being hard. But I'm saying like for I think, and I got to a point where, because I was like diving, like I said, that exhaustion kicked in, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, like I started to take on that narrative, like it's hard because I'm not at where I want to be. So then it became like this blockage for me, like saying like this is hard. It became a thing, and it wasn't a thing at first. Like I love things that are hard, but then it became a thing, and I'm like, this is too hard. Like I'm tired, and I think it's because it was exhaustion. Kicked in from doing the thing too much.
Yeah, no,
like,
that makes sense.
Like you go on a roller coaster too many times, your ass gonna get sick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's inevitable.
It's inevitable,
gonna happen.
right? And so I'm just like, okay, let me rest. Let me calm down. You know, let me chill out and realize, like, okay, it's a challenge, and it's okay to rest in the challenge and whatnot. Like, you don't have to do all that extra stuff with it. But anyway,
What's it called? Like taking a siesta?
Siesta, a nap. Yes.
All the naps.
All the naps.
I was going to say, also in your choices, like there's paths, right? And the paths also intersect.
Yes.
Like when you were talking about how like one choice or the other, and like which way to go, but sometimes they intersect with each other, and they line up.
Yeah.
So like even when you think that if one choice is better than the other, it might be that choices together that are going to intersect anyway and help you to grow.
Absolutely. I love that perspective. And that kind of hints to like me. I'm always like, when people like, you got to choose this or that, and I'm like, I'm a this and that person. It's like my bisexual mind.
Yes.
Like I'm a
Where's
this
your Gemini?
and
Is that
that.
in your
8th house. It rules my 8th house, and a little bit in my 7th house of relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and I have Chiron in my 8th house as well. So
What's a Chiron?
Chiron is a wounded warrior.
Oh,
like
that's
your
right.
pain, your inner, the wounds and deep wounds and whatnot. So that's in my 8th house. So, but Gemini covers my whole, like, majority of my 8th house, and so, like, transformation, stuff like that. And so, that's why I had a hard time with choices too, because I'm like, I want this and that. Why do I have to choose? Like, like, I don't want to choose. Like, I want both.
Right.
Can't have both. Can't have both, but I think the intersection, like, even in, like, my business things, like, I don't want to leave this part behind. I want this and that. How do I blend the two? Like, how can I make this be cohesive and intersect, and so what you're saying is on point, like paths crossing, because that's literally what's happening right now as I'm seeing this like interweaving of all the things happening in each area of my life of how they are intersecting. So you're on point with that, girl.
Well, that's what it feels like to me. I'm always blending shit. I mean, look.
Yeah. Blending is gold.
Yeah. I think so.
I love blending stuff. I love, like, even food.
Yeah.
I love, it creates more flavor.
It does.
Yeah.
And then it brings out, like, different flavors that you didn't even know was even out there to experience. And your tongue's like, oh, what is this?
That's why we the wild seeds, okay? That's what it's about. Okay, we're gonna
Archetypes. That's what those are.
Archetypes.
But I bought those off of Etsy.
Okay.
And it was like these archetype ones. So they might be a little bit weird to shuffle because they are laminated. It's laminated paper.
We're going to do one more card pull to top off this reading. So, no, you hear it.
It's so much closer, too.
Woodpecker. Uh-oh, they're messaging us. Calling us. You gotta look up woodpecker symbolism.
I know.
Super loud.
Yeah.
So what do you say to people who are skeptical about the tarot?
That are skeptical about the tarot? Well, first I ask them, like, if they're even interested in even learning it. And usually most people that are skeptical are super anxious to touch your cards. Real anxious. So, like, I'm like, hey, well, I have some tarot cards. Do you want to see them? Do you want to play around with them? And usually people do want to. They always want to. And then I always have this deck with me, which is just like this one. I feel like it's very easy to see the messages and things. And so, versus like the traditional way to write or wait. And so usually I have them like play around and they pull a card and they'll be like, oh, what's this mean? I'm like, what does it mean to you? And they look at it and they'll tell me like what I'll be like, what's the first thing that you see when you look at this card? And it'll be like little things at first. It'll be like, oh, there's an owl over here. Ooh, there's a moon. And then I'll be like, oh, there's a pathway or something. Then they start telling me stories.
About stories start kicking in.
About all of these things, and before they know it, they've literally read their own one card and then when they get done, like, you just literally just read your spell. It was what I already know. Yeah, it is what you already know.
Yep.
It's always what you already know. But sometimes it'll help you to make a choice or know which way to go or what to do because you have a lot of things going on up here in your head, and you're like, oh, And those are the same people that are eventually constantly in my DMs. Oh, you're going to have a class? Can I come to it? Whatever.
Yeah.
Do you do privates? I just want to do one-on-ones.
Yeah.
And that's how it usually starts. But like, I haven't really got too many people to say like, devil worship or not yet, but I know it's coming. I know it's coming, but I haven't gotten that one yet. Most of the people, they're really skeptical about it. But in them being skeptical, they're also very curious about what it is. Yeah. So then I just show them. And they're just like, oh, yeah. Did the devil show up?
Oh my God. Yeah. That's awesome. I love, your approach, which is just very kind of empowering the person to interpret it for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And play with it themselves. Yeah. And just kind of like this free, open feel. That's why she's Wyndi with tarot playtime. I was about to say playtime tarot. You know what I'm talking about. It's playtime.
But I want people to have fun with it and not be afraid of it. Yeah. And know that it's something that they can come to at any moment, any time, and just touch it and turn it over, and the devil is not going to show up at your door. Yeah. Like what you doing.
Do you think that through the cards people are connecting with their higher selves? Are they connecting with their ancestors? Like what's your philosophy around that? Like
I think they're connecting with both. I think they're connecting with a lot of different things. I think they're connecting with their higher self. I think they're connecting with their ancestors. I think they're connecting with their guides. Who else is giving you these messages? Yeah. Because most of it ain't from you. Because most of the time you may not even remember what you said, or like what it was that you like. Oh, what was it that I said when I saw that card? Most of the time you don't remember, and that's why I don't think that it actually comes from you consciously.
Yeah. Awesome. So there was another question I was going to ask.
I'm all ears. Wait, these mosquitoes.
Don't bite my forehead.
I know.
Please, you can bite anywhere else, but don't bite my forehead. Okay, so for my overall archetype card, I have the Mentor. Hopefully you can see.
That's amazing.
The Mentor, and this has guidance, wisdom, and support. Again, we have support in this reading somewhere. And if it was upside down, there's misguidance, manipulation, and dependency. But so we got guidance, wisdom, and support. What do you have? What is your take on this, given my whole reading as the topper-upper?
Your topper-upper? Damn, I feel like your whole reading just said this. I don't know. I feel like this is, like the mentor is you, but you're also a teacher. Do you know what I mean? Like, but a good teacher is, I don't know, it's always a great student too, right? But I feel like you're mentoring me in astrology. And I feel like through all the things that you have been going through, even from the past, where you said the 5 of Cups, which you've been dealing with for like since, you just got over that like hurdle in like 2023, so that you can step into being your best self, which is also a really good mentor. And if you are really good at like opening yourself to being like, hey, you know what, these are all of the issues that I went through too, but then like through that, this is what I learned, and then you share that makes you right, a really good mentor. And I feel like you really are, because you've been mentoring in astrology, and I have been like deep down like you and I believe in it. You don't understand Aquarius, but that's okay, because I get so many conflicting things, and I'm like, dang, Aquarius is the hardest thing to understand for me. Yeah. And that's my rising, but I still am lost.
And it's interesting you say that, because Aquarius is on my 3rd house, which is the mental body, right? And so I've always, kind of been like, what is this, like really sitting with this Aquarian energy? It's also, it cusps like my 4th house for. It's like base. Not what's the word I'm looking for? It's not glyph. It's
But I feel like glyph is right because it's like
the water bearer.
yeah.
What is it called? I kind of forgot. Child, I don't know. Anyway, but it's the water bearer, so there's like this element of mystery to Aquarius, and it's like you really have to figure it out. And with Aquarians, you kind of have to figure them out. And so that being a part of that's your rising, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you're literally like figuring who you are, yourself out, and the mysteriousness about yourself, and the quirks and the differences what set you apart from everybody else, and your service to humanity and all of that. Like you are discovering that. Like that is your soul's path. You are journeying with that, and you're discovering that. So that makes a lot of sense. While you're just like, because I literally felt the same way about my mind.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on with my mind? Like what is this about? Who is this in my family aspect?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
I'm still stuck. I am stuck on Aquarius for so long.
Yeah.
And like somebody said that like Aquarius are like the aliens because they're so not removed. That's not the word that she used, but she said that they're so far ahead in thinking. That like no one else is caught up to them yet.
Yes.
But they already see all of these other things and where it's going. And by the time everybody else is caught up, they're already on to the next thing because they're like, oh, that's yesterday's news. I'm already. But I always thought that was like the Gemini in me. Pushing me all over the place that way. Yeah. But they're both air signs.
They're air signs, yeah.
So like
and when you said the alien part, it's like I see Aquarius as like star seeds. Like they're like really they see the whole picture of like all the timelines and whatnot. And so they are ahead and nobody can resonate with them or understand or know what they're talking about because they are already, like you said, far ahead and see the all. You know, they see the all. And so they feel like outcasted and alienated and whatnot. And they are represented by the star and the tarot. The tarot, right? And so they are tapped into that galactic knowledge that humanity has yet to catch up with, or that is slowly catching up with, but they set the trends there. You know, they set the tones, they set the trends. They are trendsetters. That's why they're trendsetters. They're so eccentric and all that stuff.
That makes sense. I literally thought that was a Gemini in me.
And part of it is. I mean, it is.
But that's in my fifth house.
Huh?
The Gemini falls in my fifth house.
Of play, inner child. And what was I gonna say? The fifth house. I mean, it's like romance too. We're not talking about.
Ain't nobody talking about no romance.
But literally your inner child, you know. But the because Aquarius is your soul's journey, your soul's journey, and Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, right? Uranus.
Yes.
Uranus. Uranus.
My
Uranus. My anus, no. Uranus. Oh my God, we're so corny. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay.
But you are definitely the motherfucking mentor. You
Thanks.
are. You are.
I think, and that is that the not the hermit, but the mentor. Wait, are these tarot or oracle?
They're based.
They're just archetypes.
Yeah, they're archetypes, but they're based on different things. Like this one says it's inspired by Merlin and Arthurian legends, and I think that's what the picture is supposed to be.
Okay. And I was gonna say the mentor is like Virgo energy, even though the hermit represents that in the tarot, but this card screams Virgo energy, and because Virgo can also represent the mother and the child at the same time, and so this image here is like the teacher and the student. You know, it's the same dynamic, and so guidance, wisdom, and support. That's Virgo energy right there, and I'm a Virgo sun. If y'all didn't know. So yes. Oh my gosh. So I guess, stepping into my mentorship is like the sum up of all of that. I mean, I guess that's what I'm doing, is stepping more into, and I think I started my journey off mentoring, teaching, of course, and all that, and then I kept
That's okay.
I just had a whole
I had a lot to say, and it was all trying to come out all at once.
Oh my God.
Tell them one at a time.
One at a time. One thing at a time. Calm down. You're excited. Breathe. Okay. And then I stepped into more of the student role. Student role spiritually. Like where my healing and stuff. I needed to focus on my healing. Just like you said, just so I can collect all of that data and all of that information and step back into teacher role. So I'm coming from this into this. If y'all can see that. All is not lost. I'm rebuilding my cups. So that I can have this, the dream, right? The dream.
Yeah.
The joy. This just brings me.
That is the best card, I think.
The joy.
Yeah, to me, that's better than a 10 of cups.
Yeah.
Because
Every
time that
wish
pops out.
fulfillment, or is that 9 of cups? 10 of cups.
The 10 of cups is usually like a rainbow and everybody
Happy
celebrating.
with it,
Yeah. Sometimes it's portrayed as like a bunch of people sitting down. Like it looks like a big family is sitting down, everyone's eating and having a big.
Like community. Like
yeah, I see that much more like community and gathering and bringing things together. Yeah, but this always feels more like collaboration.
Celebration.
Yes.
Just joy.
And like going out and dancing with your girl.
Girl. Party. Party time.
It's like big goddess energy for me.
Yes, absolutely.
But like the collection of goddess energy and how to like bring that up. Yeah.
Sistership.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yay!
I feel complete.
Yes.
To you?
It feels complete. It's right on. I mean, I feel like I've been getting this this guidance all over the place.
Yeah.
Like I literally, did I tell you I got a reading from? That's what I was gonna tell you.
Oh. You want that to be recorded?
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell all the details.
But
I got my first medium reading from a medium last week.
Nice. Was that here or on the phone?
It was through Zoom.
Oh, nice.
Which at first I was like, because I like to be in person with things like that. But when I tell you, life changing, and I usually because I channel myself, but my mom had been coming in super strong. And mediumship has been coming in like in different ways. And I mean, I receive my own messages about mediumship that I'm going to keep to myself right now. But I felt like my mom, I've been communicating with my mom over these years, and we have our own language and whatnot that we communicate with. But she was basically pointing to me that I needed another vessel. She had some specific messages for me that I wasn't getting. That I'm not getting right now. We need a little help, boo. So I feel like mediumship was coming in my reality for the last 2 months strong. And then I had a friend in a random, she randomly brought up that she saw a medium, and I'm like, okay, this is my sign. Who'd you see? And how she explained everything was so specific. I was like, okay, I guess I'm being guided to go through the medium that she, whatever. And when I tell you, I cried the whole time.
Oh man.
When I tell you, it was on point. It was everything I needed. It was so specific. Oh, my heart.
I'm going to need to know who this is.
So I'm saying this because, remember how you just said and I wanted to share that with you because I was guided to tell you that she's calling to talk to you. And I have the perfect channel for you to
receive the call. Hello.
Receive the call. Oh my gosh. It was like a few people who, after my reading, was like, tell her. And you were one of those people. And so I'm like, when I tell you it was life changing, I needed that so, I didn't know that I needed it, right? Because I'm like, I commune with my ancestors and talk to them all the time, but my mom was like, girl, I need you to So, and it was, oh my gosh, I'm still processing it, to be honest.
That's
Like
beautiful,
I recorded it. I haven't even listened to the recording because I'm just like still the shower of just love and just like, oh, I just feel like I told T, it feels like I had an orgasm.
Oh wow.
Like it was orgasm.
That's fucking powerful as shit.
Powerful.
Yes.
And I still feel like I'm just having this like ongoing orgasm right now that I'm just like, oh, it feels so good. It feels so good.
Awesome.
So this is why it's important for people to be in their spiritual gifts.
Yes.
Because it can change people's lives. Just like, you know, you doing sharing your tarot gifts and how you use the tarot with play and all of that and creativity and whatnot. It's people need people in their truth and in their power because of things like this. Like this is life changing and transformative for people. So thank you for being in your gift.
You're welcome. Well, thank you for even like thank us for finding each other for fuck's sake.
Literally, it's hard out here. You feel lonely. You have nobody like to talk about all the crazy weird stuff that you go through.
Seriously.
It's really lonely. And then the people that you do trust, they don't have those same experiences. So it's kind of like one-sided. You're like, you feel safe to tell them, but it's not this like shared moment.
Yeah.
And we need those shared moments where it's just like, oh my God, me too. You know, this download that I had and all this, you know, like that is like priceless, especially with people who look like you.
Yes. That is, it's so, oh my goodness. Listen, that is the best thing.
It's the best.
Because I feel like when you are doing like all these spirituality things and you talk to someone that looks like you and they are going through the same thing and you can connect with them, it feels like you found a sister.
A family.
Yes. It's so crazy. It's like the most beautifulest thing. It's like, I've been looking for this forever.
Like you're like a foster child
Yeah.
in life or something, and then you like find your family or something. No, seriously, it literally feels like that, and it brings out that your inner child. It makes your inner child so happy. Oh my God, you're about to make me cry.
I'm sorry. You're about to make me cry. I'm over here like struggling. I'm like,
we can
fine.
just cry together on this camera because it really is that deep. Like, and you be on this journey for so long, and you just feel like, because like I said, the only time like I could be my full complete self was with people who didn't look like me.
Yeah, same.
You know,
And but you're still not your whole
complete self because you're
Not
still
even
having
close.
to, you know, like kind of filter and put up masks and stuff because they don't really understand the fullness of your. And the struggle, but just like your experience as a Black woman. You know?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's like
I feel that.
there's that, but I'm grateful for having that because it did give me a place to express myself. But it's just so much more meaningful when it's just
Yes.
you know, like it's so important.
It is.
It's very important.
It really is. I don't think that people realize how important that really is.
Yeah.
Get my shit together.
Oh my gosh.
I love you so much.
I love you too. This is like, this is the time to do our sensual breath.
Dude, you do this. I'm like, I wish I could be like that.
Yeah.
Without laughing, I would like start laughing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
No, but it's like, it's powerful and I love it. And I love what we have and I love that we can share this with each other. Like, it is the best. Like, I don't share this with anybody else.
Yeah. And I feel like it's so crazy. Like, and it's like how people say like, you're dreaming of this thing, but there's also somebody dreaming of you too.
Yeah.
You know, like, and you don't feel like that when you're in the dream.
Yeah.
You're dreaming it. Like you feel so alone.
You do.
You feel so alone. But we like co-created and manifested this moment, and you know, and seeing each other, and it's so random at a market vending. Like
Yeah.
you just never. I was just going to go make some money. I wasn't even thinking I was gonna find a soul sister.
Right. Now we're like inseparable. It's like, wait a minute, what are you doing? You should come to this.
And okay, we didn't even mention there's also this thing that I have, this other dream of mine that Wyndi already embodies, which is the aerial arts. She's an aerial artist, y'all. When I tell you that has been one of my dreams to do aerial.
We're gonna get you there.
And she, okay, we can't make this stuff up. It's like literally she is a reflection of my soul, my inner child, just everything. And so we're doing an exchange now. So I am teaching astrology, and she is teaching aerial.
All the aerial things.
All the aerial things. Yes. I'm so excited.
Yes.
Yay!
It's gonna be so amazing.
Yeah, so that's how it should be. Like with trading and bartering,
It
like
should be.
you should trade your gifts instead of like money. Don't get me started on this money thing. I know we need money, like I get that, but it should be about what we have to offer each other.
Yeah.
And pay in that way. Pay in your beingness.
Paying your being.
Pay in your beingness. So I'm super excited about that. But
Do you wanna talk about the tarot talk? The tarot talk. Was it
we
about
got
like?
oh, okay.
Which is
Got the cherry. I was about to throw the dollars on the tarot.
Make it rain
She's
tarot.
like, put me down. Make it rain tarot.
Were you receiving your first deck? Like you can't go buy your own deck; you have to receive it from someone.
Oh, talk about it.
I've heard this so many times. I hear a lot of people. Just recently, I was talking to somebody, and they were like, "Oh, I can't come to your tarot class because I don't have a tarot deck. Someone has to give it to me." Listen, you might be dead before somebody offers you a tarot deck. So, and also the tarot deck that someone may give you, you may not be able to read from it at all. So it's much better to go into like a store where you can actually open the cards and play with them and touch them and stuff to see if you even resonated with those cards. And when you look at them, remember, what do I see in this card? Do I see anything? When I look at this card, do I get anything? Or I look at this card, I'm like, oh, it's just the 5 of cups. And it's 3 cups spilled over and 2 cups standing up. But nothing else happening. That means nothing to me.
Yeah.
I need a picture.
Yeah.
But that's just because I see in pictures. And so sometimes it's hard for me to say words because when I see the tarot and when I read for people and stuff like that, I see it in pictures. So it takes me a minute to put the pictures into words and to find the right words for those pictures. I don't know. And I've always been that way. It's always been really hard for me to like get out the words that I'm saying because a picture, it's like a motion picture playing in my brain. And I'm just like, oh shit, let me, hold on.
Yeah.
And like sometimes people are like, what does this specific card mean right there? I don't know.
Because
It's a whole story together.
Yeah.
And in order to like really pull out what one card means, when people ask me about it, stuff like that, I usually pull out an oracle card. And I put like 2 oracle cards around it because clearly they won't know what it means. Because it's not about me in the end.
Right. I like that.
And it usually adds to their reading anyway and helps them to understand what that one specific card means. Because I think that they know what it means, but they want to know what it means.
Yeah. And so if people are like, what if, how do you guide people, like if they think about, like if they want to read, so because some people are like, don't read the guidebook, you know, like the guidebook that comes with it. Like, are you more of a guidebook person or are you more of an intuitive?
I'm more intuitive.
Like looking at the pictures.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then whatever comes up for you is what it is. I think that sometimes also when you read the guidebook, and I've heard a lot of people say this too, I don't mess with guidebook too much, but when you read a guidebook and when it comes up, you might see something very different, and then that guidebook may tell you something that's not even close to what that meant for you.
Yes.
And some people are like, oh, I read it, and I read my cards, and this is what it means to me, and I go to the guidebook to check it. What you checking?
Yeah.
You You check in what intuitively you saw
Yeah.
with a book that somebody else wrote.
And that's why it's called a guide.
Yeah.
It's just the guide of how they created the card to be. You
Yeah.
know, what it to mean.
Yeah.
But tarot and oracle are meant to be intuitive process. It's meant to connect you back to yourself
Yes.
and your intuition.
Yeah.
So a lot of people miss that. It's like they want the person to tell them their lives or tell them the story or what this means, like you're saying.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no. I love how your approach, like you're giving them the power back.
Mhm.
Like, what does this card mean for you?
Yeah. Because that's what it really comes down to. The reading is about you.
Yeah.
So like, what do you see when you see it? Most
Yeah.
time people will tell you, you don't even have to ask.
Right. Yeah.
They don't even have to ask. They'll tell you.
Yes. That is.
And I think that's the most beautiful.
I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
beautiful. That is the most beautiful process.
Because after they
Right.
get done, I'm like, see, you just read that.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh shit. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, you got it.
Anybody
It's in
can
you.
be a reader. Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody, you're your own reader. And that was the thing that I learned when I was like, I started doing in my tarot journey and, giving readings
Yeah.
for people and whatnot. And then it was like, no, shut this down. First of all, it's about you. These cards are literally, this was supposed to be for your own healing process, but of course people ask, like, will you give you a reading, da-da-da. And so, I would or would not. But I was guided to shut it down because I'm like, no, I feel like what I value is people learning themselves, using the tools for themselves. Like, that's always been my value. But somehow you get caught up in this, like, when people ask, like, okay, I'll do it, whatever. But I got super drained. And I started listening to my body. And I'm like, I'm being guided to, like, no, give you the power back. You go buy your own deck. You play with the cards yourself, even with astrology, too.
Yeah.
Like, I was also giving people those, like, astrology, like mini astrology readings and whatnot. And it was just like, no, you read your own chart. This is how you read your chart. This is how, this is what this means, this is what that means. And then you go on the deep dive and
that has been super powerful for me.
Yeah.
When you just like, here are all the things. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. And I've been deep diving Aquarius like you would not believe. I even moved on to the other houses.
Yeah.
Like sometimes people are like, oh, what's eighth? I'm like, oh no, I'm still at
I'm
one.
not there yet. And
I'm still
it
at
literally
one.
takes, and it can take months,
Yeah.
years. And you can be stuck in one house, Like,
I'm at 1 and 5. Because 5 is where my sun sign is.
yeah, it's a journey.
Yeah.
And that's how it's meant to be. It's this journey of learning yourself, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So same thing with tarot. It's like, I love your approach with the tarot. Like, what do you see in the cards? Like, I love that so much.
Most of the people end up reading their own cards. They don't even realize it.
Yes, absolutely.
Because they'll be like, oh, when you say that, this and this, blah, 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 and then I see this and that. I'm like, oh, yeah, yes.
What has been the most challenging thing with your tarot journey for you?
I'm dropping that damn guidebook.
Oh, the guidebook.
Real talk.
Yeah.
I used to like
rely on it.
I used to, because someone told me a long time ago, not my grandma, just later in my life, they were like, you shouldn't read your own tarot because you are too biased.
Yes. I remember people saying that too, and I never believed that.
So then I started, I was like, oh, we're going to have to have a guidebook then because I can't read for myself. And then like probably within the past 5 years, I was like, not using a guidebook. Don't care.
Yeah.
Because that don't make no sense. And like,
Doesn't make any sense.
what I'm reading is what I know, right? And if it's about me, then it's something I already know.
Yes.
But how can I be biased about it? Because I know what the fuck it's talking about.
Yeah. But the thing is there is a little bit of truth to that because some people don't want to know the truth or see the truth, so they kind of cut themselves off from reading it like as it is. They want to read it as they want to see it as, and not what it actually is saying. And so there is a little bit of truth to that, but so people have to be ready to be accountable.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, like with providing like the tools and whatnot, and saying like, are you ready to be self-accountable? Are you ready to hold yourself responsible? You're going to have to be completely 100% honest with yourself. Are you ready to do that? If you're not, then don't self-read. Don't pick up the tarot, because this is about truth telling.
Yeah.
You got to be able to call yourself out. If you can't do that, then this may not be the best tool for you or vessel for you. You may need something else.
Yeah.
Because that's what this is about. Like, you have to be 100% honest or else it ain't gonna work.
And it's gonna keep telling you the same thing
shit.
over and over and over again.
Oh my God! I
And
remember
people get mad.
I remember I kept pulling the Queen of Swords kept coming up, and back then the Queen of Swords was more about my own negativity in my mind and mental energy and like sabotaging myself, and not being in my own mental authority, like having authority over my. There was something else about that was like, and I kept pulling that card, and it was just like, no, you're not taking accountability for your mental energy.
Yeah.
You're not being the authority over your mental energy. You're giving your power away to thoughts and other people's thoughts and all these things, and not being the queen and overseer of your own mind.
Yeah.
And I kept pulling like, no, this is, blaming other people, or this happened to me, and so this is why this is. No, you are the creator of your reality. You created this situation. You are calling this into yourself. This is a reflection of you. And the Queen of Swords represented my grandma at the time too.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I didn't want to see, this is when I was deep in my shadow work, I didn't want to see my grandma being an aspect of myself that I was upset about, angry about. And I'm like, this is because she's doing this and this and this and she.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this is a reflection of you.
Yeah.
Take responsibility and accountability for that,
Yeah.
And so that was a journey. And then after I worked through it and finally owned my shit and was just like, okay, yes, this and that, and really transmuted that energy, is when the card stopped coming into my reality. Like, I haven't even seen Queen of Swords in a minute, to be honest. To be honest, now that I'm
she
thinking
definitely
about
didn't show up this time.
Yeah, she didn't show up, and my reality shifted a lot, especially my relationship with my grandmother, like a lot, and it's so powerful. I just love the tools. I love the tools.
Same.
I love tarot. I love astrology. I love all the shadow work. I love all the dark shit. I love all of it.
I know, but it helps you to grow and figure out who you are.
Yes.
Like, it's just like this whole path to who the fuck are you?
Yes.
And where the fuck are you going?
Yeah. Where are you going? Like,
where do you want to go? Are you even on the right path? God
yeah.
damn. But it's like, because when everything lines up, you feel so much better. Like, because when it's all misaligned, I guess is the right word, then you just feel like you're just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just going off, doing whatever, and then none of it makes sense. Gallivanting, I guess.
Literally. Yes.
With no end in sight, because you don't know what you should be doing, and that does not feel good.
Yeah.
After a while you're like, wait, and after a while you're like, hold on a second.
And that just made me think about it, especially as Black people, we're out here on our own now. Like back in village times and days, the elders knew this was your role in the community. This is what you're going to serve as, and you had direction, you had support, you had they knew before you. I mean, while you were in the womb, or they even called you in, your soul in from into the womb, and so they knew exactly this is going to be your journey and path. We don't have that anymore. We don't have the village. We don't have the elders. We don't have that. So we're literally on our own, and these tools help us to get on path, like you're saying, is to figure out who we are, and get us on track. And this is why they kept us from these tools, right? Because they don't want us to know who we are. They don't want us to
Not even a little bit.
To be in our power. They don't want us.
And then that's what I demonize a lot of the things that all of our spirituality as well too, right? Like voodoo, all of it. I don't want to say here not all of them, but it's all of it.
Yeah.
That's why we're so disconnected. For a long time when I was a kid, I used to always be like, we are lost people. Because I was Christianity is not us. And I knew that as a kid because it just didn't add up. And every picture I saw was a white person. So that's not ours. And so I didn't want to do that anymore. And so my mom had a friend who was into, she was a Buddhist. And so I asked my mom if I can go with her to temple. Yo, that was amazing.
Yeah.
And I think it was amazing because nobody was telling me what to do. We just went and the parts that she took me to her friend, was just like the temple, and you sit there and you just chant the same thing over and over again. And I felt like I was hearing things from everywhere, from everyone. And anytime I had any question about stuff, I would receive that answer. And like people said, you receive that in church. That was not a thing for me. But in temple, it felt like just chanting that cleared my mind, and like messages and things came through for me in different ways. And I would have like these enlightenment things. I'd be like, oh, I didn't even know what I should do with that. And it'd be like this. And I'd be like, oh, shit. So I used to just go to temple every now and then, just be like, I feel like my brain is clouded. And then I would go to temple and then chant. And then boom, I thought I would be in tears and everything would be there. I have like this whole thing about clarity. And I would get up and be like, I know what I'm doing. And I would go.
I love that. When you said something about Christianity, I just have something to say about that. I feel like the way in which Christianity has been put upon us is not us, but it's just been it's been, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God, it's been washed down. Like it's a watered down form of our truth, you know, of the truth, of our, you know, and all of these are like extensions. And somebody had said something really beautiful. Oh, it was one of the people, who was that? Yes, she said it's the different languages of God, like the different religions. Yes. I loved that how she said that, the different languages of God. And I feel like Christianity was one of those that they totally like washed down and gave us like the
watered down
the chitlins part of it, but that is us too, you know. And I feel like it's very powerful how we have taken that and made it into something that resonates with us, you know. So there's still power in Christianity. I feel like there is still the power there because it's in us, you know. And like in Christ and consciousness is all about love and compassion and forgiveness. And I feel like that is who we are as a people. And so, but all of the rituals, they do rituals. But all of the stuff that you know, this is all. You said something about the rules, or something you said about. That part is like, that's what got all lost in translation. Like, you know, versus like getting to the enlightenment. There's just a lot of fluff in there that I feel like doesn't need to be in there. Like just the message of love, forgiveness, and compassion is the message of Christ and who he represents, you know, and that's us, you know, as a people. And so, because I just say that because there's just so many, like, I know Christianity gets a lot of flack, especially when we come into these tools. We're like, fuck all that. You know, like you know, like we leave, like shut that door, but there's still a place for that. You know, I still feel like there's a place. I feel like all of this is related to that.
I feel like it all is as well, but I meant the Christianity that's shoved down our throat here in the United States. Because they have demonized what was us. So they took that, watered it down, and then made it to whatever it is that they wanted to make it into to control whatever the hell they wanted to do.
Yes, to control. Absolutely.
But that's what it feels like. It's like to control. And I think as a child, I felt like that. Because nobody ever had any answers. And when I would ask a question, they would be like, because God said so. I was like, well, then God sounds like a giant ass parent to a 5-year-old. And I'm like, well, I already have 2 gods at home.
Yeah, literally.
That are saying, because I said so, I don't like this.
Yes, and it's funny you say that because I always say that our parents are our first representations of God to us. And so it's funny that you say that because that's true. Like, because I said so, like, why did you say so? What is that? And we got to do better as parents. Black parents are just like, because I said, like, we need
the reason.
We need.
So do we even know the reason? Why we said I said so? Is it just I don't want to be bothered? I don't want to talk about it, or I don't know because that was something I was
going to say. It's because it's like I don't know. And it's okay to say that. I don't know. I was just told this, so and maybe that will activate them to go do more deeper diving because you should know. If that's the communication source that you're using, you should know.
Yeah.
You know, and so anyway, that's a whole.
I know, but like, but I feel that. I feel that totally. But
Yes.
like, those are also like little things that happen. Like when I was younger, that was just like, this is not for me. And I feel like I've tried to read the Bible so many times.
Me too.
And it doesn't make any sense to me. I tried so many times. Even with like another girl like in high school, that she was like, I'll just read with it, I'll help you. Man, everything she said, fine, mama. And I was like, why does it sound like this?
That's when I discovered that's not the language that my soul speaks.
I mean,
I was raised. I have my family is Christian.
Yeah.
But anyway, both like both sides. But like, but that is not like I realized that. I think it was like 2009 is when I really was like, my soul does not speak this language. Is that okay? And I was like really like, oh my gosh, because everybody else in my family like gets it from what I thought. You know, like they get it. Like, what's wrong with me? You know, like how come I don't? This is not resonating for me. I'm not. And my favorite time in church was the music time. Like I love like when
mine
it's
was
music
communion because
time.
we got to eat.
Yeah. That is funny. But like when it was, time for worship and music, like I love that was like my favorite time. And just like and just realizing like once I just went on my journey and like started going to more like esoteric or metaphysical stories, I'm like it's a knowing. I'm like, oh, I speak this language. Like this makes sense to me. But that's where God is in all of that. And it's like
and Ostara and
Ostara. That's what I was trying. I said Esther.
But like the eggs are for like
fertility.
Yes.
The birth.
Yeah.
and
Because that's like
symbolic.
When, because that's when like the calendar is supposed to
start because it's spring. Duh. Okay. So when you go on that deep dive, you learn all of that stuff. Yeah, and just all the holidays, and you just start to question. Yeah. And that was the thing; they don't want you to question. That's why I said so. Yes. That was the answer because I said so. It is what it is. Yeah. The Bible is king. That's where you don't question God. You don't question the Bible. But I always talking to God, always in close communication with God, and like just have this deep love. And even Christ. Like I was always like I loved Christ. Like, well, I mean, I still do. Yeah. But it's just like like that. It was a deep connection for me. It was just about the love. I didn't really care for the other stuff, like the fluff, but just Christ himself. I love that. And those things make you just go on a journey. Like, why is this? And I'm a very inquisitive child, and I did a lot of internal, like on my own, because I kept quiet because I didn't feel safe to express myself. So I did a lot of journeying on my own. Yeah. In secret. That's the word. Secrecy. And just question. Because I wouldn't dare ask nobody in my family or anything like. Yeah. All right.
Because I let people are doing jobs that they hate.
Exactly.
Because that's not really what you should be doing.
Yeah. It's not feeding your soul. You're not in your joy. Like life. That's the thing. Life should feel good. Life. That's why feelings are important. Because if we followed our feelings, we would just be
awesome.
A1.
We would feel really good.
We would feel like, but the way society is set up is just we following somebody else's plan, how things are said, and to be controlled, and wanting to fit in. But that's also a tribal thing because we don't want to be outcasted from the tribe, so we're scared to be in our truth and in our own path, and we're not following our highest joy. And there was a lot of like with slavery stuff too. Yeah. When we tried to follow our North Star, our highest joy, people got things like that. So we have a lot of that, those stories in our body that block us from taking leaps too. It's just a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
That's
why we need love and support of each other to do this together. Because like a lot of the generational like trauma and stuff like that, I know that it's our duty. I don't know if that's the right word, but to heal those generational trauma, right? Like at some point, somebody got to heal it.
Yes.
And I'm happy to take on that, and I feel like that's what I'm doing, but I also feel like we need
the sisterhood.
right? Or like a support system.
Who's going to heal the healer? Or who's going to support, you know, like we need our people who's going to have our back as we are, and we heal together.
Because we live all crazy.
Right.
Ripping families apart from each other and making people like baby meals.
Maybe.
That's the best way I can say it. Without it sounding as bad as it really is.
Yeah.
But like,
What to be sexy for y'all. So. Y'all getting sexy today.
Then I'm splashing everybody. Okay. What has been the wildest thing, or what has been the wildest experience you've had with the tarot?
oh.
Oh, here we go.
I knew that was something. So when I was in nursing school, I did feel like I was by myself and nobody understood or could feel the same things that I could. And so I wanted to be somewhere where other people, I could be around other people that felt like me, and I didn't know what that meant. So I ended up going to this place. I was in Arizona, so it's called like Sweet Hop. And I ended up talking to this lady in this bookstore who taught a intuitive tarot, but I was like, I already do that. But like, she was like, you'll meet more people like you. And I was like, that makes sense. I love it. So she's like, it's a weekend class. You can audit it because I know you're in nursing school and you probably got zero monies. So she allowed me to audit the class for the weekend. And it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So on Sunday you do like a, what is it called? A metaphysical fair. Something like that. What should I call it though? She didn't call it tarot fair. I don't know. But it was like a metaphysical fair. So basically, it was like you go and sit and you read for people and you have different cards. So I was reading for someone who came in, and first he asked me about his family members, and I was like, you sat down in front of me, so like I said, this is about you, not about anyone else, just about you. So then he was like, okay, tell you about myself. And I was like, do you have any questions? He was like, no.
Sorry. Pause. It's Lovey. Hello. Hi, Lovey. I'm recording right now in the park with Wyndi. What's going on? Oh. She said, hi, Wyndi.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh. She said, hi, Wyndi.
Oh, hey T, I'm sorry. Mark got home early and he took a taxi home.
Oh,
And
Lord.
I have the keys to the house. Sorry. And he sent this like 30 minutes ago.
Okay, I'll call you back. We're about to wrap it up. Well. Sorry.
No, I forgot what I was even saying. I read for this person, for this guy, and I did like a 9-card spread. Don't ask me why I was doing those, but that was my jam. And it was. And at one point there was something that came out that I heard a message loud and clear, and I also knew he was not ready to hear that message. So like when I flipped the card over and I heard this message and it was like, let go, it's in God's hands now. I will never forget the message that I got, because I don't really get messages.
Yeah.
When I read tarot, that's something that doesn't really happen.
Yeah.
Doesn't really. It hadn't ever happened until then.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's ever, well, that's not true. It happened a couple other times later, but not all the time. That's not a normal occurrence. And he was like, what did it say? And I was like, whoa. Then you already know, sir. And so I kind of talked around what it was, but I was like, but at the same time, I knew he wasn't ready to hear that. And then I flipped over a few other cards, stuff like that. And he was just like, am I going to die soon? Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a question to ask somebody. And I was like, I feel like that's something that only you would know. Like, I can't answer that question for you. And then when he left, I got up and I was like, I need to go outside. This is insane. And I talked to my teacher before I left, and she was like, oh, did you hear that message? Because I heard it loud and clear as he walked by me. That's what she said.
Wow.
And I was like, this is what I heard. She was like, I heard the same thing. And I was like, I'm gonna go outside because I need to breathe.
I need to process.
This is not. This is nothing that's ever happened to me before. But that would be probably the thing that stands out the most. I was like, wait a minute. Oh yes, it is.
The power of our souls and spirits and the tools and our humanity and how we are just magical beings. Our mere existence is magical. Like, we came from fluid. Like, into a form. Like, that. Are we not magical? Are we not floating in the freaking ethers on this round planet that is just suspended in the middle of nowhere? Is that not magical?
Yeah,
so,
right.
I mean, like, I just love it. Like, that's a powerful moment. And just very affirming for you.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
was very different. I was like, whoa.
I love when that happens, though. I love those, like, synchronicity type spiritual experiences. Like, that's A1. Okay? But yeah! I finally put clothes on, you guys. So getting chilly out here. So yay! I guess we're gonna wrap up our tarot playtime with Wyndi today.
So nice
She'll
spending
be
time
back.
with y'all.
Yes, she'll be back. We have so much to talk about still.
God, yes.
Gosh. Thank you for my reading.
Yes. Thank you for even having me.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
So amazing.
Oh my gosh. So where can people connect with you? I mean, what are you doing now? Like, what services? Your workshops or what?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I have to share that. We did this money bowl. This whole money bowl ritual creative. We created money bowls, okay, just to sum it up. And it was perfectly in alignment with where I'm at right now with money and abundance and all of that, like really working on my money area, as I have said many times before. But we created these magical money bowls, and it was absolutely amazing. So that's one of the things that she's offering. But what else are you offering right now?
Like, that's coming up?
Coming up, or whatever you have going on. Selling, because you are like a freaking creatrix of all things. Multi-faceted. She's a wildly creative woman, okay? This is who I'm talking to here. You have all these multiple passions and crazy creative dreams. Like, she's the embodiment of that. So, super creative. So, tell the people what you are offering right now.
A pendulum class actually coming up at Black Moon Healing.
Yes.
Space. And then I was going to tell you something else, but I totally forgot. My brain went blank. I'm vending, but I'm vending in like on June 7th and 8th. So it's like a week and a half from now.
Mm-hmm.
Then my People's Market at the Red over there on like 7 and 8th.
Okay. And are you selling anything right now?
I have bath soaks and runes and what else did I got? My little grounding sprays.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have a lot. Okay, she's holding back. She has like oils, anointing oils for your candles, spell work, all the spell work magic stuff. She has, oh my gosh, so much. Oh, and she's doing foot soaks.
That's coming up.
That's coming up. Did you already say that already?
No.
No. See what I'm saying? She's just leaving stuff out. But she has a lot going on and to offer humanity and our collective and our community, and to help you tap into your magical self, into your intuition, and all of the things. And so, where can they find you at?
They can find me mostly on Instagram. On Instagram under Petals and Spells, all one word.
I'll put it up on the
But that's the best place to find me right now.
Yeah.
And then I'll put up on there. There'll be all the things of where I am, what I'm offering, all the goodness. They'll all be there. It'll all be there.
And can you do like a collective pool for the viewers out there? Like
A collective pull from the Oracle?
Yeah.
A collective
Give them a little message for today.
It is. It is a peacock, and it's for prosperity.
Woo! Yes, I told y'all we calling in our abundance. Okay, we're calling in our abundance. We're calling in our money. We're calling in all of the things that make us have a prosperous life. Okay.
But like the prosperity, like I love this because it's like prosperity and abundance of a lot of things, right? Because there's like this looks like an elder is here, and like. So pulling in like the abundance of like learning who we are and becoming our best like self, and asking like our spirit guides and our answers to everything are there for us. But if we need like any kind of help or anything like that, like just know that you can ask them for help, so that you can bring in your abundance.
Absolutely. And abundance, like money is a thing. Abundance is a separate thing.
Yeah.
Like abundance, like even just if you save $2 on something, that's abundance. Like you're receiving, or even just in this exchange, like us realizing in our relationship and connection that we are like-minded and whatnot. That's abundance because it up levels your self-value and self-worth. That's abundance. Us being in this park, and being our beautiful wild selves in Mama Nature, in the womb of Mama Earth, you know, like that's abundance. Being surrounded by this and being able to have this free time to do that, that's abundance.
But also like connection with other people and having that support, that's still abundance and prosperity. It's still bringing in the things and calling the things that you really want. And so, like, I don't always see prosperity or abundance as, like, money.
Yeah,
I see it as, like, resources.
Yes, and connections and support. How those people can put you closer to your goals and, like, your self-worth and self-value. That's abundance. Yeah, so, yes, and like she said, connecting with, listening to the guidance of our elders and ancestors is leading us closer to our abundance in all its forms, but also to, if your wish is money, leading you to that too. All that too. So yay, thank you, Wyndi, for being here with me.
This was super fun. I love this.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again.
Yes. Did you read this thing that only black women when they hug shake?
Really? Never knew that.
Apparently, it was on Instagram. I don't know if it's true or not.
Oh.
But I don't see.
I mean, that makes sense.
Anybody else hug and shake?
Yeah. And I know I shake. Yeah. I thought it was just because I'm corny and love, like.
I feel like all of my family members do that too.
Yeah. And yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. And I was like, is that true? And I like started thinking about it, and then I just started watching people hug, and nobody shakes. Nobody shakes.
Hey, it's just like
us.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a fun fact. So thank you for joining us on this Wild Wednesday. We will be back. I don't know when. Next month. Next month for the last Wednesday of the month. I am sending y'all. Oh, before I say that, comment below. Give us feedback on this chat, on this tarot playtime. How do you play with the tarot? Do you incorporate tarot in your healing journey, and how the tarot has helped you evolve or guided you in your life? Comment below and engage with me. Y'all know, do the thing, okay? So, yay. Okay, these mosquitoes are getting to us. But sending y'all